And I'm talking to you ahead of the game this weekend at home to Fylde off the back of another win, but a win that you weren't entirely satisfied with, I think it's fair to say, on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I think that'd be a fair enough comment. Yeah, I don't know, just set high standards, I suppose. It's not me being disrespectful to anyone, at all, or Braintree. Just looking at ourselves really, and I thought we could have done better in a lot of aspects of our game, and yeah, I think that was the sort of main frustration. We sort of made the game hard work, and I think after probably put a bit of pressure on myself as well and the team after the disappointing result in the game before. So yeah, I mean, in reflection, we've got to be happy we got 3 points at home, and we probably created enough chances to make the game even more emphatic.
What were the players like then at full time when they arrived in the dressing room? Did they know themselves that maybe it wasn't the greatest performance, or did you need to spell it out to them?
I think they was, similar to myself, trying to drive those standards. We set a real high bar, always sort of striving for that perfect game. No, it's not always going to come, but that's the standards are set, and we felt we was a bit behind it, a bit below par on that, and I think they felt that themselves as well.
Does it show though how far you've come in a relatively short space of time?
It does, it really does. We would have definitely, at times last season, paid a lot of money to get 3 points on the board, so we've managed to do it on 3 times on the bounce now in this league, and that's, like I say, not being disrespectful to anyone in the league, it's just a tough league, and to do that shows that we're heading in the right direction. But yeah, it's just myself. I'm a bit of a I want a perfect game all the time, and when that doesn't quite happen, I'm a bit disappointed. But I don't think I'm ever going to change that, and the sort of players know that a bit about me now as well.
Is it hard trying to put your finger on why you think that's maybe been the case at the Boston game, and then again on Tuesday, even though you got the result? Is it off the back of the long trips just a few days before? But then I suppose you're thinking Braintree the night, they're a part-time team, they've had to make a midweek trip. Boston are a part-time team, you're a full-time team, so it doesn't really add up. Yeah,
can't put a finger on it. There's no excuses. Won't look at anything like that. We just control what we can control, really. And I thought, like, our play in possession, at times we caused ourselves some problems. At times it was really good. But one thing I will say about the players is, sometimes you can feel the tension when we're playing up from the back and it's 2-1, and I thought they stuck to how we want to play, and that was a really positive sign. I think we sort of didn't do that against Boston and went longer a bit too much and left ourselves really open. So I was pleased that the players backed what we wanted to do, and that was a good improvement for me on Tuesday night compared to the Boston game.
Let's look ahead then to Fylde on Saturday. Another side who are towards the foot of the table. I know they've played a game less because they had the game against Southend called off, who again haven't really had the start of the season that they would have hoped for.
They wouldn't, but very tight games. I think it was 4-3 at home against Yeovil in the last one. So they play some really good football, score goals. So again, a bit like Woolston, really, very close to turning things around, and maybe just need that one result to go their way, and then it would just give them a bit of momentum, a bit of confidence. So we found that ourselves last year. We struggled to pick up points in the early part when I come in, and then we managed to get a bit of momentum. And these teams, Boston have managed to do it and pick up some more results, and Fylde will be the same. They'll be just looking for something to change, whether it's a bit of luck with a decision or whatever the case may be, but they're not far away from going on a good run themselves.
And whenever anyone talks about Fylde, they invariably end up talking about Nick Horton. Are there many better players at this level of football than Nick?
He's a very good player. They've got a few very good players, to be honest. I was really impressed when they come and played here. I thought the wide players were excellent. Central midfield was good and strong. So, I say every time, and it seems repeated, but you've got to be on your game, and each team that comes here have got enough in their armoury to hurt you, and Fylde certainly have.
Yeah, they certainly have. As you said as well, they've scored quite a few goals, haven't they? I think they've had three. They scored 3 on the opening day. They've had a 4-3 that they lost to Yeovil. It's at the back maybe where they've been struggling a little bit, and hopefully something your side can take advantage of.
Hopefully, but I'm sure they'll be doing their work as well and trying to, especially after conceding 4 at home, we could see a side that comes here and focuses a bit more on the defensive structure. So, we just control what we can control, and that's our game, and making sure our performance is of a level. We feel it's fallen a little bit below that in the last 2 home games, but at the same time we still got the ball into good areas, created some good opportunities, and played some good stuff with that as well. But we keep on striving to be better. There's definitely areas of our game that we can improve on as well. The pleasing thing I think is we've shown the players certain parts of our game that we want to improve, and they seem to be putting those into practice, and there's definitely a couple of bits from the other night that we've shown them that we hope to try and put right Saturday.
Everyone pulled up okay from Tuesday?
Everyone's all good. The only one was Len sort of come on and went over on his ankle, was in a lot of pain with it yesterday, so we'll see how he is, but other than that, everyone's come through really well. We've got Cam John back training well, Dippo back training well, so we've got some really good options. We've got Mo as well, that we get to see and feature, but he's doing well in training as well, so we've got some real good options, and like I say, it's a good strong squad.
And your rotation has continued all season. I think the only players that haven't been rotated are virtually the defensive players, aren't they? Callum Howe's not missed a game yet. Ryan Falliver's not missed a game, although he's changed position, same with Joe Felix and Dan Batty. Is it easier to rotate the attacking-looking players more than it is the defence, because you want to keep that solid base as often as you can?
I think so, and I think with their performances, that trio in particular, Callum, Howe, Ryan Falliver and Dan Batty, really bring us a bit of steel and a bit of know-how at this level. So I think it's important that we keep that trio intact as often as we can. Joe's rotated to right back, left back. Ryan's played right back and centre back. So I think we're working from a strong base there with them guys. And we changed the goalkeeper, rotated the goalkeeper, and the forward players maybe a bit more. But I think they've sort of cemented their place in terms of their performances. I think they've been constant. Players that perform at a high level, the consistency's been good, so it's easier to pick them.
And now that Cam John is back fit, does that give you a bit of a dilemma about what you do at the back?
It does. Malachi performing well in the centre back and forming a good partnership with Callum Howe as well. Ryan and Callum were performing well together as a partnership. So there's options for us, which is good and pleasing. I think any manager wants that. You want that heart, that headache of team selection come Thursday, Friday. So it's a good place to be.
And the crowd again. Even though you weren't enthused with the performance, and maybe some were slightly frustrated in the second half on Tuesday night, everyone went away again, big smiles on their faces. It's a long time since York City have been top of, or joint top of, any division, many, many years. So that is something that hopefully will entice a few more back here on Saturday.
Hopefully, I know there's still going to be the jury out on us and myself and how the team plays, especially with our performances at home. But we keep working hard to try and be better, and hopefully they enjoy some of the football on display, and if we can start creating a bit of momentum here, with our away form that's been good, we've got all the makings of having a good season. Like I say, we've made a good start, and that's all it is, and we want to capitalise on that and improve on that over the next few weeks.
I think anyone who's spoken to you regularly, as I have now for the last 5-6 months, however long it is that you've been here for now, you can see that football just runs through your blood, everything. Are you able to get any downtime? I know on Monday night you went to watch your son play for the under-21s at Kenilworth Road. He's also playing in the Premier League. Football must be all that's going on in your head most of the time.
It is, away from here as well. It's just all I'm doing, watching football. I take my youngest as well. He's signed to the Leeds Academy as well, so I'm over there 3 nights a week as well. So it's good. Get some tips on training and stuff like that. But yeah, it's obviously it's in the blood. My granddad's, my dad's, and now my son. Both sons are a real interest in the game and played at a professional level. So I don't think you can be born in Hinshelwood without a football at your feet, so we wouldn't have it any other way. My wife knows that now, and it's love the game, and spend any pastime I do watching it. I think there's Harrogate Doncaster on the TV tonight, so I'll be watching that, and sort of like these games in the midweek, so you get to watch a few more games. Even like my daughters, when it was international break, sort of said to our eldest Jack, glad that the Premier League's back. So it's just in the family and in the house, really. You've got to like football, unfortunately. You
were doing so well until then you mentioned the L word, but joking aside, is that a worthwhile exercise for you, actually going to the Leeds United Academy and seeing if you can pick some people's brains and just see what's going on elsewhere? It is, yeah, just an opportunity to learn. By no stretch of imaginations do I think I'm the finished article and have all the answers. I'm still very keen to learn, and there'll be definitely stuff I can learn from under 10s and under 11 sessions, and that's the way I view it. And just to go and be a part of that, is good, and see what we can take and bring back and put into York, really. So constantly want to learn and improve, and take a lot from each session I watch, really.
A winning midweek against Braintree, but you seem slightly frustrated perhaps after the match. What do you want your side to improve on from that game?
Obviously, I think my wife and family sat behind the dugout, and they could see how frustrated I got, and said I've got to be a bit more calmer. But it's just I don't know, just strive for perfection and want it to be the perfect game. And I know you're not always going to get that, but that's what I want to see and try to work on. So I think it was just our in possession stuff. I thought we could have choose a few of the wrong options. I can remember a ball that was played right in front of me out wide when it didn't need to go wide at that stage, and it was sort of round Ashley's throat, and he struggled to control it, and just to have a bit more control in our passing and control the game a little bit better. And then I felt our game management when we was 2-1 up late on was pretty poor. I think we had again a free kick in front of us that led to maybe them having a couple of corners, so that was the main frustration. But like I say, just a bit of a perfectionist and want it perfect, and I don't think I'm ever going to change it.
Ollie Pearce registering another assist. That's now 6 goal contributions in 8 matches for him. How impressive have you been with how he's handled that step up from the National League South?
I thought he would handle it. That's why we brought him to the club. I know there was a lot of people sort of doubting whether he could do it at this level or whatever, because he's never done it before. But he's at that level that each level he's gone to, and he's always answered with goal contributions. He's a very intelligent player. I thought he could have got another one if he had squared it to Lenny, but that was quite a tight one. But that's just why Ollie obviously thought he could score the goal, and that's why he probably scores as many goals as what he does, because he backs himself in those areas. So really pleased with his contribution. I think sometimes his play can go a little bit unnoticed. because he does link up the game well. He's very intelligent, makes good runs, intelligent runs, and I'm pleased he's helping out the team with goal contributions and, like I say, assists as well, which is pleasing.
And because of all the goals he managed to get whilst at Worthing, making that step up, there was a lot of pressure on him, but he seems to have handled that quite well.
He has, and I think obviously, like I say, getting involved in the goal scoring 3 goals early on will definitely settle him down. I know what he's like. He'll be striving for more. Cam does a bit of a stats on when they do finishing sessions and sees the percentage of the goals that they score per session and how many they score, and he's one that wants to look at that and make sure he's at the top of that. So a real passion for scoring goals, and I know what he's like. He'd be disappointed he hasn't got more, and he'll back himself to be up there coming in the season.
Looking at your team news, is there any update on Darragh O'Connor?
Still waiting on the scan results to come back. He was still in a bit of pain walking, a bit tentatively on it. So I think Sam just precautionally put him on crutches just to take some of the weight and load away. But I don't think it's anything too sinister that's going to require surgery or anything. We're hoping it's just like a muscular injury which will just settle with time, but he's a lad that looks after himself, and I know that he'll do all he can and work extremely hard to make sure he's back as soon as possible.
When we spoke last Thursday, you mentioned Adam Crooks, who was approximately 2 weeks away from recovery. Now that should realistically be about 1 week. Is he still on track for that?
I think so. Probably looking to train and get involved in the group. He's out with his boots on doing some running, so that's really pleasing to see. Same with Alex Hernandez. 2 lads that since I've come to the club have spent a long time in the treatment room, and it's frustrating for them as much as anyone. So I'm pleased that they're getting their boots on and starting to integrate with the group a little bit. But yeah, he's had no hiccups, Crooksy, so we're hopeful we'll be able to play some part in training in the next week or so.
Xander Seaver, currently working from the club, but his 1 month loan deal comes to an end in 3 days' time. Has there been any discussions to bring him back or to extend that loan deal?
He's actually picked up a bit of an injury himself to his knee, so just tweaked the outside of his knee ligaments. So yeah, we're seeing the extent of that damage. But yeah, we're keen for Xander to continue his form and continue to get minutes under his belt. Obviously, we've got strong options in Xander's position this season. So the last thing we want to do is recall him and then him, not be playing and getting minutes, because I think that's the important thing for him.
Looking at Fylde, Chris Beach is their manager, very experienced, managed in the EFL. Have you got any past interactions with him?
Not really. Obviously, one of the first games was against Fylde, and that's the only time I've sort of come across him. I see him at a managers' meeting in the summer as well. Nothing but admiration for what he's done in the game, and the last time we come up against each other, it was a tough evening for ourselves. So, like I say, we're hoping that we can come on top this time, but. He's done a fantastic job there. Really sort of steadied the ship when he first came in, and I'm sure he'll be looking to kick on again this season.
Fylde have won just 1 game this season, which came on the opening day. Do you think they're just lacking a bit of confidence right now?
Yeah, similar to Wilson, like I say, they're very tight-knit games, and I'd be looking for that one result that maybe can kickstart their season a little bit, and I'm sure they'll be looking to do that this Saturday.
Last one from me. Back at home again on Saturday. How good would it feel to get back-to-back home wins?
Yeah, it'd be really good, especially after the Boston game here. Really big crowds. You could sense the positivity at the start of the game, and it'd be really big for us to get back-to-back wins. That's something that we want to do on a regular basis. We want to win games here at home more than anywhere. The support we get is excellent, and we want to back that up with winning games of football.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.